Hey, what's going on, everybody? That's right. We are here for the February 19th, 2025 edition of the Midweek Report. And we open the Midweek Report with our special guest, as she is days away from her pro debut in Mexico on March 1st. She is fresh off of being in the gym there in Las Vegas. That's right. It's the big deal, Brooklyn Barwick.
Hey, what the fuck is good, Boxing Source fam? It's a pleasure to be back here with my bestie James. Like it's been a lot in training camp, but we ready, bitches. Let's go.
Now, as I mentioned, you're coming out of your last workout there around the top ranked gym and things like that. Like, how was that particular session there?
It was good. I sparred my friend, and it was I had to give her my headgear, so I had the little nose bar one, and normally I love my little Lucky Rival headgear. Rival, please sponsor me. But yeah, besides fucking that, it was good. It was honestly good. I just couldn't see at times with that nose bar, but otherwise, like honestly, everybody in Top Rank was actually looking at me, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Because that's not my normal gym. But I'm like literally in there. I'm like, "Oh my god!" I'm like the new girl, you know. So it's a lot, but a lot of announcements are also coming out because of this gym. So that's
Gotcha, gotcha. I mean, like you said, you had some different headgear, pretty much like was covering most of it. So it kind of like got there within your eyes. So
yeah.
it.
I'm like, oh my gosh, and I'm already short. So like my wide shots weren't landing. I'm like, oh, okay, but like it was good to get a different style because I told you while you were in Vegas, I was like the work out here is dog work, like comparable to New York. Like New York provides good work, but it's all the same style because they're all amateurs. There's barely any pros out there. Even Scooby moved out. Like what type of pros are you getting? You're getting pros that are sparring amateur people. And no offense to the amateurs, but it's a little gather your points, get out type of vibe. Out here, they're actually like, it's a whole different look, like a really whole different look. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to give up anybody's game, obviously. But, coming from a simple New York mentality, I would say, to Las Vegas to where now it's like the big leagues, like Top Rank and like all of these fucking gyms. It's just like, whoa, like it's mind blowing. And it's good to get me onto that level. So I'm very, very thankful that they had me over.
Yeah, when we kind of like mentioned it before in our previous conversation when I was out there in Vegas that with New York, there's like a lot of fighters that are more like an amateur style, as you said. They have anything notable with like Golden Gloves and things like that. So you don't necessarily get that many pro fighters that go out there in the gyms over in the New York area, but being in Vegas, you have the thing there with Top Rank Gym. We also, mentioned there DLX Gym, Knucklehead Gym that's out there.
All of them, yeah.
Other ones out there like Capetillo's Gym. That's not that far from
yeah,
either.
And everything. Like I think that honestly, and I'm not from New York. I am federally named Brooklyn Barwick, but I do adapt a lot of New York in me. But it's just a whole different vibe out here in Vegas. I love it. I will definitely start coming out for camps, probably transition into moving here, while still having my apartment, seeing my roots in New York. But like it's time for a fucking whole different look. And like you see me keep leveling and leveling up, and it's like I'll go on Twitter, I'll talk to the fans, I'll get like the fans' point of view. But behind the scenes, the shit that I see with fighters, myself, the business and everything, I'm like, yo, it's like night and day. I'm in freaking New York City wishing that I could run into a certain boxer. While I'm out here, it's boom. Oh, I'm sparring this boxer. Nice. Like, it's good shit.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing too is like, I mean, even with New York, when it comes to the thing with boxing, like they have something where it's like a pro type thing, but we have like a league that they actually have, like a team combat league.
Yeah, they have team combat league, but like a lot of it's a one rounder. Like, why would you want to spend your career because getting hit in the head decreases lifespan. Why would you want to do that doing a 1-rounder when you could like be legitimate, go for WBO, BA, BC, like all of that shit? So at least that's me. No hate to Team Combat League. I was actually considering doing it, but again, I don't understand the 1-rounder. Like, I know we're doing it like round robin. Everybody's in a weight class type shit, but it's like, okay, but at least for myself, I'm like, I can't really showcase my skills in one fucking round. Like, you gotta, I don't know, I'm a different type of fighter where I can like charge into it because I had that bulldozing bum rush New York mentality. But now I'm just learning to like take my time with shit and actually like beat down the tree rather than trying to fucking chainsaw it down. Like, yeah.
Yeah. It's like the concept that they have for that is, have a number of fighters there that, do fight in a 1-round like type things there. But, mainly for me, I just felt like it was something to keep a lot of the fighters busy there, during the years, particularly if they didn't have like an actual fight, during the course of the year, that they could just go in there and have that type of fighting atmosphere. But, as, the years and the seasons go along, they may change things up there a little bit in reference to that.
Exactly. It's like glorified sparring at that point, but recorded on BoxRec. Like, it's a good like concept, but for me personally, I don't think I will be doing that. At least, I honestly don't think I would. If I did, which I have considered before, I'm not talking shit, but it would just be to keep me active. But I believe that like even myself, I don't have that much boxing following. I have like 34,000 on Instagram, but I can put butts in seats. I can make sure that the promotional value is good. Right now, it's just shaping me into a fucking fighter because that's why they call me Big Deal. Like, whether you like it or not, I'm going to be here. And you were in a space where they were like, yo, you're not going to make it because you're a short little white girl. Yes, the fuck I am. I'm standing on business here in boxing stores. I believe with a full heart that if you just market yourself, keep on working, you can get to wherever you're going to be. And I'm going to get a belt. I'm going to get a fucking whole career to where all of those haters, y'all can go fuck yourselves because you're in the fucking bleachers. Thank you.
Now the thing there, of course, as far as like being part of the game, like you dealt with it, there in the influencer circuit, and here going now transitioning into the pros, that you have that as part of it, like being
a lot of doubters.
Media, that's part of the game there. So you're gonna that's pretty much like an opening thing there. So you'll see how it goes there once you're in a pro boxer there. Shout out to my guy Tip Bayless in the building there. He says, yeah.
Can I see him? Oh my god. What's up? Yeah. Just like James said, like social media is good, but like I feel bad because some people just genuinely don't know how to market themselves. I see these like old heads in the gym and they're fucking world champions, bell it up. 200 followers. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, come on. Like, there's a difference, I believe, in somebody that is just adaptable rather than like somebody that wants to stay closed-minded. Because it's no offense. I'm a stubborn bitch too. Trust me, on some things I will not fucking change. But some older generation boxers they don't understand the media side of it. How like I market myself, how like people like Jake Paul, as much as a lot of people are saying, well, he'll get knocked out by X, Y, and Z. The only reason why I respect him is he put fucking game on every single fucking fighter, getting them properly paid, properly on platforms, because not a lot of people know that. People need teams. People need to like know how to market themselves,
Yeah, that's a very important part there as far as like being a professional fighter, is to be able to market yourself and get people interested in you so that they'll be able to go see you on TV or pay the ticket to go see you fight there. So that's the thing about it. We got of course my guy Matt from Brunch Boxing in the building, Scoop there, of course, there, and Alberto says, hey, your energy and confidence is through the roof. Got to see what it do in the ring. We got to translate to the ring there. You know what I mean? Now you've gone, through a few months here preparing for this bout, not only inside the ring but outside of it. As we were talking about, and having Emily Pendelekis there as a PR agent, right? Now, what has she taught you as you have been transitioning from that influencer boxer circuit that we've been talking about
To
to
pipe
becoming
down.
a pro fighter?
Pipe down sometimes. Like, I can stand on business and like say it because I am a confident person. I'm not cocky, but in the influencer world, I spit back. I'm like, you're gonna call me a fucking bitch and all this shit? Cool. I would crash out. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I'm not a perfect person, but like people just love to bully me. And the second I stand up for myself is the second I see fucking red because I could take so much, just like a spring, to fucking pop off. But she just told me honestly to pipe down. To these next 3 fights, I'm gonna have to keep referring back to my influencer career because a lot of people aren't going to forget that I don't have a proper amateur career. And honestly, we're just on the mission to scrub me clean, to show who I am as Brooklyn Barwick, just as well as Big Deal. Like, it's two completely different personalities.
Mhm.
Um, and you gotta just be all around, like, yes, that person for like the people, but also that person for yourself. So like showing people how I have anxiety, I have like different shit that I think about like before I get in a ring. Like, that's a vulnerable side that in the influencer world I never showed. People just thought I was a fucking bitch. Like, James has seen probably, yeah, Brooklyn, because I was anxious that whole fucking time. Like, just little, like, Brooklyn, okay, standing nice. Everyone thinks I'm just some cocky fucking peacock all the time, spitting back at people. Like, yeah, I can be that. Put me on a mic. It's, oh, hey guys, welcome. It's Brooklyn, the Big Deal Barwick. But at the end of the day, like, I'ma just stand on business. Oh shit! Somebody is a Clarissa Shields fan in the chat. Yo,
Uh,
that's a whole different topic, homie. But
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
know,
We'll table that there for the time being. But we gotta continue there like you were talking about. As we were there during fight week 4, David Benavidez versus David Morrell Jr. And like you said, it was like a different experience, like being out there in the crowd, one, and then two, being part of the thing there for Media Row and being around the media and how they kind of like carry things and how they were talking about you and the interviews and the questions that you're able to go ahead and handle there on that front. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
So
did 14 interviews, and that included you, James. I'm
yeah,
like, holy shit!
yeah. So that's part of it. But you kind of like see like how it is on your front, and then also being part of the crew there with Team Benavidez and how David Benavidez handles things there as far as like being on the stage and also talking with a group of media there. One, and then two, being part of like Media Row where you sit down and you talk with somebody there, and it could be for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, that type of thing. You know what I mean? So Juice says,
I know he went at me for the shield stuff.
so yeah, so I mean, yeah, that's part of it. Like you said, is being like a professional fighter, and how you're able to carry yourself, not just inside the ring but outside of the ring as well.
Mhm.
And the thing there that you mentioned, as far as like, uh, having that anticipation for your pro debut or actually like stepping out to the ring. It's different than like being in the influencer circuit. Like in the
Yeah.
influencer circuit, you might be like, yeah, like, yeah, I'm ready. Let's go, let's go, let's go. But here as a pro, you might not, carry yourself that way, or it might be like that
I think it's
sometimes.
gonna be a tamer Big Deal. I really do think so because I am very much a cool person, very chill. But like, I for a brief second in the influencer world, I was cocky motherfucker. Like, brief second. I don't know. That's not me, and we're not gonna showcase that bullshit anymore. People could say, "Oh, that is her." Y'all don't know me. Y'all never sat in a room with me and actually picked my brain. Like, Brooklyn is gonna show through Big Deal too, because I want to do a bunch of like different like support groups and like charities and like my own shit too. I met a kid in New York. His name is Ko Martin. He's an influencer, but like He's 14 years old and doesn't even want to do the misfit shit like in the circuit that I went through. Like he wants to do the proper amateurs and then transition into pro because his dad was even a pro too. He looks at his following; he has 1 million fucking followers, but he doesn't want to just be put out like that guinea pig, like how they do on Misfits. He wants to be a serious contender. Do you remember on the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson interview? He's like, "Hey, how many bodies you got, Mike? How many bodies you got, Jake?" He has that side to him, but also at the same time, like I see him at last round when I'm in New York, chill as fuck kid, like just humble, doing his work, getting his reps in, always being a sunshine to people, and then he has his influencer side, which is what we saw at the press conference.
Oh, so he was out there at the one where it was at the Apollo.
Yep.
Right? Okay, yeah, that was him. Yeah, okay, yeah.
How many bodies you got, Jake?
Yeah,
Such a sweet kid, bro. I've like talked to him and his dad. Such a sweet kid. I would love to sponsor that man. I even told him, I'm like, you want me to be in your corner or anything? I got you. I believe in that kid. And he's gonna, I think I'm a pioneer because he saw that I went through the Misfit circuit, wasn't traditional amateur. He is currently in a USA Boxing Metro, so he is a traditional amateur. But he looked at my career and was like, yeah, shit, like that's a whole different route. I don't want to do that because he's doing real shit. But it's very helpful. I'm a pioneer for the youth because he's going to be one of those influencers that never did Misfits, never did anything. So,
yeah,
and
just
so
that amateur circuit there. So I mean, that kind of brings a lot of eyes there within that particular thing as far as like him, going through that. So when they have those tournaments and Golden Gloves and Nationals, and if he's part of it, then
he's the first influencer to get a Golden Gloves champ. Yo.
Yeah,
hey,
that would be
I'm putting time in my interview for you. Like, if you see this homie, like, boxing source now, I'll put him on game.
yeah, for sure. Now, Coach, you're working there with Bones Adams, and we had you getting ready for this bout here coming up on March 1st, along with AJ Easley. I think who's also been part of the team there. While being at his gym, you've been in the ring with a few other fighters and things like that. Like, how has that camp been as far as like preparing at Bones Adams gym?
Preparing at Bones Adams gym, it's good. It's like a mini family over there. I trust Bones with my life. And obviously AJ has seen me go from zero to hero. Like, he was a part of my first spar. You can look that up on YouTube, but I can assure you Southpaw Brooklyn is dead. But it's just, he was there from zero to hero. Bones, I met him before I even started boxing, and when I was in Top Rank today, there's a portrait of him. So, like, I have good people around me, and especially I just been, as a human, going through my own shit. So it's like I'm just there doing my shit, learning, getting a whole new style underway, and then Bones is just there, like, mentoring me and like telling me what the fuck I can do with my career. And that's why I preach it so much, that I am going to actually be that big deal, because I believe it with my full chest. There's no, call me delusional, but there's no convincing me otherwise. So
yeah. Like I said, you're on that path. You're on the right path there. Just starting off here with this pro debut coming up on March 1st in Mexico. That you're definitely on your way. Now we have a one of these messages out here coming from sponsor Brush Boxing. Papa needs some new equipment.
Yo, where's my sweatshirt? I could have been wearing you right now. I'm wearing T Territory. Come on, Brunch. You give me a sweatshirt, I'll get you some equipment.
Hey, he needs some new headphones or some AirPods, because I'm telling you, he be having a whole lot of trouble with these AirPods.
Bro, he has a whole lot of trouble, like, being, when he's like away from his phone and his faces. I'm like, brother, where the fuck are you?
Yeah, it'd be crazy. It'll take about a couple seconds for him to properly get back into space. All right. Now, given that this is your first fight here and it is in Mexico, is the initial plan here for you to have a few fights there this year, or is something else in the works?
So, definitely debut there. Then I'm thinking Colombia, London, and then stateside.
So they got you traveling for sure.
Yeah. Well, it's good to get good looks, like Mexican style. Like, you don't go there for a bum. Like, you go there to get work. And then even like Jose say, the only real boxer. Yeah, he's Canelo is the GOAT. Like, I'm going there to get a different look, and then I'm gonna go to Colombia, get a different look, then go to freaking London, get a different look, and then obviously return here and be a badass. Like, imagine that. I know that like a lot of people have done their established careers in Mexico, but also at the same time, um, it's not just gonna be one country for me. I'm gonna be fucking ping ponging everywhere. Just like I'd be ping ponging from New York to here. It's like
Yeah.
I'm Mrs. Worldwide at this point. And I am going to the Roy Jones Jr. Team USA versus Team UK TM14 card on April 5th in the Chelsea Soccer Stadium. I'm not saying football, sorry, but I will be on Team USA there. Will I be fighting? No, because these British bitches are already scared of me. But it's okay because then I'm going to be doing work with them out there and I'm going to be on their cards and like your call. They already know the vision. So I'm working with people who are going to start my career off good. And then I can like go test my limits and be like, all right, let's go to Riyadh season. Come on, Turkey. You can put more butts in seats than you. Like, let's go head to head, bro. Like, it's going to be like that first. Support, and then we go into the ops. So.
Gotcha. Now, also there with your pro debut in Mexico, I think you had this posted, not only on your personal page, but I think it's on Team Brooklyn there, that you had the thing there. Hey, you need to sponsor sponsorships there, to go on the trunks and everything like that. So, y'all can visit the page there on Instagram. We got different sponsorship packages on there. Like, talk about that there for a little bit.
Yeah, so sponsorship packages, I could actually show you on my phone. I have small business prices and I have big business prices, obviously. And I am very negotiable because I found out that apparently my, and this isn't a bad thing, but my prices are so affordable compared to other boxers. And I'm just operating on the knowledge of, oh, this is how I do my social media press kit. So I'm going to do my press kit for fighting like this. But I do unlimited shout outs on the basic and the VIP tier. I even do exclusivity, that is another tier. And then, yeah, like for example, my shoes right now, I'm exclusive to Adams. I cannot be wearing any other freaking shoes. I am wearing Adams socks right now. I am not. Oh, and feature fans. I cannot go to OnlyFans. They got exclusivity with me. Deep Territory, like they make all my shit. Shout out to Deep Territory. Freaking everything. It's like you can buy from exclusive, like, oh, I can't smoke any other joint but yours type thing. And then I have basic. It's like, all right, I'm gonna be on the back of the shorts. Back of the shorts, honestly, the basic tier to me is the best tier because no, I'm not gonna be always like freaking the best like looking in my action shots. You're gonna see my ass most of the time because I'm fucking fighting. Like back is good, front you can get large shit. Like I don't know. I think I'm a good like partnered person. So I am looking for sponsors. Hit me up at Brooklyn Barwick on Twitter or Instagram, or you can go to at Team BKLYN Boxing on Instagram as well. And if you want to be involved with like he said, I have a publicist. Her name is Emily. She's very knowledgeable. You sponsor me, I'll connect you with my freaking cut man, my fucking nutritionist, whatever the fuck y'all need. I got you because Team Brooklyn, it's a movement, just like we talked about in the last interview. Like we all mesh together. I'm bi-coastal as fuck. I have bones. I got freaking Alexander Solomon up in fucking New York. Like I got hella heads. So the one thing about me is that if you want to join, let's go. I don't know. I rambled for a bit, but vibes.
Yeah, but I mean that that's part of the thing there as far as like marketing yourself and getting people to support your movement, support what you're doing here. Of course, being a professional fighter. So the thing about it is like a lot of professional fighters, when they start out, they got to have that support system as far as like, not just, fans that are, going there to watch or, buying the tickets there, but also, with companies
buying the t-shirts like
and everything. Buying the t-shirts. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. So, that's part of it. That's all part of it. Now, real quick here, wanted to get into a few other topics while you're with us here once again. Now, a few weeks ago, of course, I was able to see you there out in Las Vegas, and in a couple of those weekends, we had a few of your friends that were in action as Akeem Moses fought in one weekend there, and then the next weekend you had Carmel Moulton that was there at the T-Mobile Arena. Have you caught up with either one of them recently?
Honestly, I said what's up to Kamal. Like, we're not like besties like this, but I said congrats. That's it. He was like, thank you. The Quinn, I've never met that man in real life. But we always talk on Instagram. Like, I think him, his cousin, and like his girl and everything, very respectable people. I say congrats. Like, it's just like I be on the lonesome, so I know they're here, and like I would love to hang out with them, but I'm not gonna reach out because I'm tunnel visioned type shit.
Right. Yeah, especially now that like I said, I mean, you're just
now it's just the weight cut, and like by this time next week I'm gonna be 126. I'm not gonna tell you how many I have away, but I will make 126 is all you
can know. Gotcha. Now, also part of our previous conversation there, and this is one of the things that we're talking about is, of course, that you were working with Chris Cyborg at the time you were there with the influencer circuit, and she and her team are big supporters of Team Brooklyn there. Of course.
Yes, they are.
Now, they've been, as we've been talking about, they've been pushing for a fight with now undisputed heavyweight champion Claressa Shields, and recently they have been going a little bit back and forth with her promoter about starting something, negotiations maybe, or anything like that. Now, do you believe that fight happens this year?
If Claressa gets some balls, fuck yeah. Like, honestly, I think the only reason why she called out Cyborg is because of me, because of the bullshit I pulled. But honestly, like, in my opinion, Brooklyn Barwick's opinion, I didn't like that fight. I didn't think it was a skillful fight between her and Perkins. Like, I think that her and Cyborg will actually like be the dog fight we've been waiting for Claressa. And this doesn't mean that I hate Claressa, because there's a lot of Twitter beef thinking like the narrative is Brooklyn hates Claressa. No, I'm gonna just say how it is. Like, come on, bro. She can block me. Oh, it's fight week. I don't want to talk to you about this. Oh, like, okay, Claressa, but yet, who's gonna sell tickets? And this is for both girls. They're both marketable girls. Like, Cyborg's ready. Like, if you just negotiate with her, because I don't know if this is completely true, but every time I bring this up in spaces, the number one argument is, oh, well, Cyborg wants like a crazy rehydration clause. Okay, then educate Shotty about boxing. Educate her that, hey, that may happen in the PFL or in the UFC, but in boxing, it doesn't always happen. And if you want me to rehydrate a certain amount, pay me extra. Like, they're both marketable humans. We can all work it out. And it's not that deep when I say that she, to me, is not the greatest woman of all time. There's other greater women. Like, get these skillful fights. Like, for example, get this one with Cyborg. Get this run back with all your other fucking opponents for the belts. And then you'll have Big Deal's respect. Right now, like, it's just, I'm not impressed. I'm sorry. And I will stand on that.
I mean, I had the conversation there, with her promoter in Demetrius Salita, and you talked about those potential matchups out there as far as like rematches with Franchon Cruz, Zern, or a couple of other fighters that are out there within the boxing circuit, but also just having that potential matchup with Chris Cyborg, that could be the most marketable matchup out there in the sport of boxing. So why not go ahead and put that out there?
People back Cyborg like for MMA side. So boxing, obviously, Carissa is just, we all love her, but the money fight of the century that could even buy out Turkey Al Sheikh's like price is literally them versus us. MMA versus boxing. And Chris, I can vouch for her that she has fucking actual boxing skills. She is a striker. Yeah, she's a judo champion. We'll give her that. But like, she is so adaptable to get into boxing. She did an exhibition with Arya Wild. Like, it wasn't like people are saying, oh, that was a pro fight. No, that was an exhibition. It's not on BoxRec. It wasn't professionally sanctioned, and it was in another country. Kudos to both girls, but she's basically had her warm-ups. She's had her warm-ups. Okay, cool. Let me get through. Boom, boom, boom. She's going to Colombia again, getting her actual BoxRec because CFN didn't do it as like a BoxRec sanctioned event. And she's getting her licks in. We got to give her that respect. She also has money within PFL and UFC. Do you know how much money that is? And then Turkey Al-Sheik's money or whatever. We can all combine our dollars, have the girls get a proper payday, and all of us fans are happy. Like, let's see if this girl's the greatest woman of all time. In the Roman times, they would put human to human against each other. Why can't we do this now? Like, such bullshit.
I mean, we've had the thing there some time back when it came to MMA and boxing with, Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather. So why not have something here like this? Now, I wanted to bring in another guest on here with me. Of course, has been part of the boxing sourcing and has his own thing also himself. And I think he's coming on to, state his case for sponsorship. And that's our guy, brother.
No. Hey, no. Fuck the intro. I don't want no intro. Listen. We got to stop with the Claressa Shields slander. Okay?
Oh my God, man.
No. First of all, Chris Cyborg will never fight Claressa Shields. Okay?
Yes, she will.
If she was serious about a fight, she would not be telling Claressa Shields that you could only rehydrate 4 pounds.
Bro, what kind of that's when we had to educate her. She has managers for a reason. Claressa has managers for a reason.
No.
Go back and forth on that. They're proposing one.
Her manager / husband, Ray, obviously he is not very well educated on the boxing game because that was his idea. Oh, how much is a gallon of water? 8 pounds? Well, we'll let her drink half a gallon. Bro, there's not a commission in the country
that would approve a
4-pound rehydrate. Well, I spoke to them directly. So I know about that. There's not a commission in the country that would approve a 4-pound rehydration because it's actually literally dangerous to your health. Like, what are we doing here? If she was serious about the fight, Claressa said she's willing to do the fight at 154. If you want to fight the GOAT, she's willing to do it at 154. You said you're willing to do it at 154. Make the fucking fight happen, in the words of Leonard Ellaby. But she's not serious about the fight. And I'm disappointed.
I think that's just an opinion based because, like,
it's not because everyone knows boxing. No one is gonna weigh in at 154 pounds and then rehydrate to 158.
Well, no,
anybody that knows boxing knows that she's not serious.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about they can do it themselves. You can argue all day, about the rehydration shit. Personally, they can do it themselves. I know for a fact on that side of the club they're serious about it. If they're just doing whatever the fuck, that's something that needs to be in the legal, like with the boxing sanctioning board, Claressa's team, Cyborg's team, that type of shit. All right. All I'm just saying is all that Brooklyn Barwick knows from being affiliated with Chris on my last event, the event prior to that, and just talking to her on Instagram, she wants to fight. That's it. And
salute to Chris Cyborg. She's a legend. She don't want to with Claressa Shields because if she did, she wouldn't be asking for no 4-pound rehydration clause. It would just be straight 154 and keep it moving.
That's
what they ask for out their own mouth.
No, but that's again something that if Chris, which I know for a fact she does want to do this, then they gotta go into the fucking debate room. Like, it's not that deep. Y'all could be like, there's Claressa Shields hate. It's not even hate.
It is.
Talking about a great matchup. No, it's not. No, it's really not. It's an opinion based that, okay, if she's the greatest woman of all time, then she would also pursue Chris Cyborg as well. It's not a two-way street, not a one-way street type of thing. And I'm not taking away from her athletic ability, but I will say, because Chris is an acquaintance of mine, I'm very friendly with her team. I think that it would be a war. That's it, because you again, opinion versus opinion.
No. It's not opinion. It's not opinion. This is boxing.
It is a fact. I'm on that. It's a fact, actually. Because how the fuck was Danielle Perkins a challenge for Clarissa?
Bro, Danielle Perkins would send Christine Cyborg into a fucking shadow realm. Are you kidding me? Danielle Perkins is a decorated amateur in the heavy hitter. She would demolish Cyborg. That's what y'all not getting. Y'all looking at these girls in terms of boxing. Oh, her record is her record is that. They will still whoop Cyborg ass. That's what y'all not getting. It's a different type of sport. If this was MMA, then you could say Cyborg will whoop Clarissa Shields. But in boxing, she can't see her.
And she also has been pitching for one time in the boxing ring.
Bro, Clarissa ain't doing MMA. She's not gonna do MMA with Cyborg because Clarissa's not stupid. Clarissa knows she's not gonna beat her in MMA. And Clarissa said that herself. She's unlike Cyborg, Shields is not delusional. She respects the different forms of fighting. She respects the different combat sports. So she knows that she's not going to beat her in MMA. But in boxing, listen, I'll make a prediction with you. Listen, I will make a prediction with you. If Clarissa Shields and Christine Cyborg fight in boxing, not only will Clarissa Shields beat her, Clarissa Shields is going to knock her out.
I think that it will go to split decision in either way, but okay.
Knock her out. She'll knock her out.
So that's put on wax. That's put on wax.
On wax. She would knock her out.
I think it would go split decision either way. But yeah, okay, in the wax. Y'all hear it on theboxingsource.net. Brunch Boxing thinks that it will be a knockout. I think it will be a split decision either way. So I don't really care about Clarissa Shields going back and forth with somebody, honestly.
At the end of the day, I just want to see the fight.
I just want
to see the fight.
Hey, listen, I want to see the fight too, but you know why I want to see it? Because I know it will be a big event and Clarissa Shields will show out. That's the only reason why I want to see it. Not because I don't think it's going to be a good fight. It's not going to be a good fight.
Why is Clarissa Shields going into MMA if she's not going to go to the champion in her weight bracket? That's the thing. It's like, why don't we just do a boxing round and then an MMA round? Both girls in both fields. This is a crossover scenario. Just like how Nate Diaz went into boxing. Just how Conor McGregor went into boxing.
Yeah, he got his ass kicked.
Crossover into
he went into boxing, got his ass kicked.
Okay, yes. But why is Clarissa then saying, I will not last in the MMA realm
because she's not delusional. She knows her limitations. She actually has respect for MMA. So she knows, I'm not at that level. So she has respect for it. Y'all look at it as something bad. She actually has respect for the discipline. But the fact that
because you're not going to change my mind. Clarissa Shields and Brooklyn Barwick's opinion is going to get defeated by Chris Cyborg. Laugh at it, okay?
Oh my God. I'm not
changing my demeanor.
I love it. She got her ass cooked. And salute to Cyborg. Absolute legend. She is the greatest mixed martial artist woman of all time. But she ain't fucking with Clarissa Shields in boxing.
And that's an opinion. Can we now change topics?
All right, yeah. So let's change topics because we got to get into this thing here with you, like I said, have your pro debut over there in Mexico. It should be not that far from El Paso, Texas. I think it's I don't know.
No, you want Arizona.
Yeah, so it's a good little bit there from that though. But how is it? When are you planning on getting over to Mexico there before the fight? Like pretty much around Wednesday or something like that.
Yeah,
Wednesday.
Yeah. Thank you. Put that up there. No, put that up there. Put that up there. Great marketing. Great marketing for the fight.
No. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Though. Last Friday, when we was out there in New York City for the fight card, and they had Clarissa Shields out there with Papoose, he would have stepped at Clarissa Shields.
I almost showed up to Madison Square Garden. I almost did.
Oh man. I think it
Shout
was
out to the
when they had the camera pan on Amanda Serrano and not Clarissa. No, that's how old it is.
I love that part. Anyways, but back to speaking of Top Rank, back to that Top Rank type of vibe. So I'm gonna be starting up here at Top Rank, and then the timeline to get over to Mexico is Wednesday. And then doing like some strength and conditioning earlier in the week, making sure that I'm on weight. Good, my Pedialyte type shit. And then, the plan is just devour this girl, come back. Like, it's like it's not a TV fight, but it is a live stream, so.
Okay. Now, you should be able to, like, find a link somewhere or something. So.
Oh, yeah, no, you know me. I'll be on my freaking promoting shit once I know. So,
gotcha.
I don't want to promote it too early. Like, if I do something too early, people normally like don't show out, rather than if I do, hey, watch my fight in an hour, it's a free live stream, like more people pop up because people know on March 1st I'm fighting. And which I'm also sad because March 1st is Tank freaking Davis's card, and I'm so sad because homeboy has been helping me weight cut, and shout out Tank, but fuck, man, like it's insane. Like, so many things are happening on March 1st. It's like, this is, to me, I'm very spiritual. I think that it's very much like a blessing in disguise that my original fight date was supposed to be February 22nd. And I'm now going to March 1st because legendary shit is going to happen. 1-0, first of the month, starting off the first quarter of 2025 strong. Like, I'm that type of person. So everything happens in 3s and 1s to me, so fuck, like, it's good shit. Now Matt left, bro.
No, he probably he had his off, but he'll come back. I think it's like a little bit.
You put me on the spot.
I remember the whole thing about the thing with this earphones and that type of stuff too. So he has issues as well there. So
he was loud. I was like, damn, man.
So that's how it be sometimes. But like you said, you're working out there, like Top Rank Gym and a number of the other gyms out there, and like who have you been like working with or working around out there while you've been preparing for your pro debut?
I just did a conditioning with Bullet from Top Rank. His ab workouts, and then I've been working with Christine. They call her Sunny D. And Leisha, and just like a bunch of. I only been there like a couple days, but yeah, like I've been chilling,
Gotcha. Let's see. Looks like he's trying to be back over here and see if he got him back here in the mix, and see if I would try to get this thing here for.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Nah, because I had to leave the house real quick because you got me so upset that I'm literally out for a walk right now. That's how upset you got me tight right now. Okay.
Bro, how do I got you tight? Like it's see when you started, James. Like I don't get like how my opinion is making your blood boil so hard. Like
yeah.
I guess I am.
Listen, I'm literally shaking my fist like Arthur right now.
Nah, your homies with me. I'm not gonna start. Like what? Why are you keep mad at this point?
He's definitely outside. Oh my god.
It's a win, bro.
Hey, I'm in New York City. You knew what the weather was like before you left.
I'm in Vegas right now. I'm not home, man.
But listen, what's your pro fight? So are you sure it's in Mexico now? Because
Yes.
first it was in Mexico, then it was in Colorado, now it's in
No,
Mexico
it's San
again.
Luis, Colorado.
Wait, so that's not Mexico. Wait, I'm confused.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. It is.
Wait.
Hey, man, I was confused the first time too. Okay, that's what.
Wait. So San Luis, Colorado is not Colorado, the state of Colorado?
Nope, it's in freaking Mexico.
Bro, I thought your fight moved. I'm like, why is he saying Mexico? Okay, all right.
Yeah, no, it's like a section, like how we have states here in the United States.
Yeah.
Like they have states in Mexico. So the little area is San Luis, Colorado.
Okay, all right.
And it's literally right across the border. Emily, if you're watching this, I'm gonna be in Phoenix too. Gotta pull up on my girl. Maybe if David Benavides is out there, I can go skirt up.
Sorry to break it to you, but Emily's gonna be in New York with me.
My heart.
Yeah,
my
listen.
heart.
It's Tank Fight Week. She got to be there. What's wrong with you? Tank Fight Week, baby. Let's go.
That's what she was talking about before he got on here.
Yeah.
Well, then it's straight home for me because I'm gonna be like,
Emily.
Be like, no.
So this is going on. This is going down. Hey, so hey, Matt, you over a shirt? You over a shirt? What's going on with that?
Actually, a hoodie. I said a hoodie, so I can actually wear it. Yeah, where's my hoodie?
Listen, you got first of all, I don't handle merchandising. You got to hit up Mike for that.
Yo, Mike, if you're watching this, you heard your boss say it. I need a hoodie.
Mike handles the merchandising.
Rest in peace to Mike's app because I kept tagging Ezra. Poor dude, and I was literally next to James, I almost said Mike. Yeah. I get hit in the head too much. And James, Mike, and then fucking next to Floyd Mayweather's fucking TV channel. So it was a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of in that little row.
Yeah, that's what happens there in Media Row. Like you get in contact with a lot of those people that want to.
Poor Jeff. Did you see me going off on Jeff?
Oh.
Poor Jeff Mayweather. He's like, man, I coached KSI for one fight. And I'm like, still, no KSI.
Yeah. Look at this guy, man, about in the city, man. Like, what's going on?
Matt's in the city. I think we're in a bodega now.
Yeah, something, man.
Oh, yeah. I listen, I got to make a cat food run. Chico is starving.
Damn.
Oh, God.
Wait, hold on. Let me.
Emily being in New York. Now I'm sad, bro, because I literally shout out to her. So this whole fight, she's been like, she looked at the box racks and was like, oh, this and this opponent would be good. So, and then every opponent that the other promotion sent over, I would be like, what do you think? She knows how to market her shit. She's like, yeah, do this. Like, damn, man, thanks.
So I put my phone on voice isolation, so you shouldn't be hearing too much music now.
Yeah. You got that setting.
Okay.
Bad.
Yeah, I didn't realize y'all could hear it. Once you said you could hear it, I realized it wasn't on voice isolation.
Gotcha.
Bro.
Well, we got who's another guest on here for a little bit here where we get into talking about the Riyadh season card, and that's our guy. Of course, the boxing academic is in the building. Of course, he may have something to say to Matt after something, man. What's going on, boxing academic?
What's going on? Hey, Matt, talk that shit now while you're not on the internet streets. Talk that shit now, man.
Nah, you got it. You got it, big dog.
You ain't got everybody to protect you now, Matt, because you know I'd be scared to like talk against you on Twitter because I know what it is. I don't want to get bullied.
Well, he has a goal. Like, why do they after me? Oh, because I hate Clarissa. Like, goddamn, bro.
Yeah. Hey, listen. One thing y'all gotta realize, I have a very passionate listenership. Okay, I'll say that.
Insanity.
Oh
Yeah.
man. Oh man. So, yeah. So
I
I
think
know
that
you.
fashion is like the least of our worries.
Yeah, gotcha. I know that you're, like I said, you're preparing there a few days away there from your pro debut and everything like that. And I know that you're, like I said, struggling. It's about a few days, like make weight and everything like that. So, like how has that been? Like drinking a whole lot of water or eating rice or whatever.
Decreasing. I have a nutritionist, but like I don't know what's with my body right now. Don't get too fat, boys, because this time around I had to eat to make 26, and I'm gonna rehydrate like a motherfucker on this bitch. Oh my god. But yeah, no, it's sad. I binged on some chocolates, and now I gotta cry and run 5 miles.
Well, like I said,
Ice class.
once the fight's all said and done, you could, eat whatever you want to eat, unless
I'm gonna smoke my plug and play, bro. I'm gonna smoke it, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch. Like, it's good. And then I gotta get ready for another fight. Literally a few weeks after, and then I got another pro fight. I'm gonna be really active this year, so please support Team Brooklyn. Buy a sponsorship slot, buy a t-shirt. I'm just a girl with a dream. Everyone thinks I'm like rich as fuck.
So there you go. There you go. So like I said, a few days away there from your pro debut. Definitely looking forward to it. We got to get an update if we're gonna have it on there, like for streaming or something like that.
Oh yeah, look at my social media pages at Brooklyn Barwick or on Instagram, Team BKOIM Boxing. You'll know once I know the live streaming link. And I'm first bout, so you got to be on that shit. I'm like literally first bout. I'm a debut. It's not like I'm in the influencer world where I've held down co-mains and main events. Like, nah, I'm first fight. I'm prelims. It's a debut.
Gotcha. So definitely looking forward to that. And like I said, we'll be on the lookout. Big thanks for you to join us here once again. And yeah, Matt.
I got a sauna appointment and an appointment with the road.
Jumping on you with the Clarissa Shields stuff, but hey.
Oh my god, yeah, you jumped me on that one. Love you, Matt, but goddamn, y'all think I'm gonna fold? You saw like my face not changing to anger or anything. I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna fold. And for all the listeners I don't know, Matt is actually my friend, so it's not like we hate each other. I'm just here like, all right, Matt, you done? And then he's just getting heated like Arthur because like big deal just makes it a big deal, bro. That's it. Much love to Brunch Boxing. Much love to the boxing stores. Whoever the fuck is down there, I don't know you, but like, shout out to you too, because put Matt in his place now. Now he don't got his fucking loyal listenership to be fucking attacking on Big Deal. Let me just say, because I'm a little 25-year-old white girl, doesn't mean I can't do an uppercut to your nose and knock you out, okay? So watch what you say to me. I can turn from sweet to a crash out, 0 to 100 real quick. That's why I'm Big Deal.
Oh, there you go. And that's the boxing academic there at the bottom corner.
Can you repeat her comments on Clarissa so I can know what made Matt so heated?
I don't think Clarissa is the greatest woman of all time.
Okay. Who do you think would be in that spot?
Katie Taylor.
Explain. You gotta explain, please.
Taylor boxed in Ireland before it was legal. And also she had to pose as a boy. Meaning before it was legal, before like women's sports were like legal. And she is humble. She helps her community out in Connecticut and in Ireland. And she's just all around like a really, really good boxer. And I think that she is the best role model ever. And competing like with her in the secondary is Miss Serrano. Do I think that Clarissa is one of the greats? Definitely, but not the greatest. So y'all can hate me for that statement. That's not going to hurt my career. People have said, oh, it's going to hurt your career by stating that. No, I think that Clarissa is a great boxer. I do. There's no arguing that her accomplishments are wallets and pages and Bibles long. But there's other people that deserve flowers as well.
Boxing Academy, you may have to do another spreadsheet.
What do you think about her heavyweight undisputed run or a title fight? What do you think about that?
I think that she was an amateur, or not Clarissa. I think the person she went up against was an amateur, and that it wasn't an impressive fight, but she fought well. So she fought with what she had, and that's probably not her fault for the matchup. So
No, Mike, she's lying to you. See, now I had to get back on because she's lying to you. What she said was that Christine Cyborg, she said Cyborg versus Clarissa Shields. First of all, she said Cyborg could beat Clarissa Shields in a boxing match. Okay? A fucking boxing match, Mike.
you really do be making these men.
I have a question about that though. Would Chris Cyborg give her the best boxing match that she's had? She has had.
Not even close.
Yes, bro. I do believe that because
not even close.
I do believe it would be a good boxing match. I don't know if it would be the best, but it will be better than these tin cans and like.
Listen, Mike. Clarissa Shields would stop Cyborg. She would stop her.
Oh my God, we back at this. We back at this. But yeah, basically that's what I said. Do I change my mind on it? Absolutely not. And are people going to get upset with it? Cry about it. I don't care. Like, it doesn't affect my day-to-day life. And it's just an opinion, and it's not taking away from an amazing athlete.
Well, you know what? I will cry about it, and I'm not happy about
it. Oh, man. Like I said, I mean, if outside of maybe Deontay Wilder, like Clarissa Shields is, a fighter that Matt will definitely ride with to the end. Okay, so there you go.
It's soon gonna be big deal, brunch. Soon gonna be big deal.
Yeah, until the next influencer pops up and they tell me that she could beat you, then you're gonna be real upset.
Yo, what if I just called out Clarissa now? Clarissa, if you really want us to spar, if you want us to like duke out our like differences.
Listen, with all due respect, Clarissa Shields will whoop your ass. So please don't ever do that.
Give me that dog work. Let's go.
No. She might.
We'll work on it. I'll work on technique. Give me that dog work. Put it on an OTX. What is it? Showing ground, playing ground. Let's do that. Be like, come on, baby.
If you want to set it up, then you can go ahead and set it up. I mean,
Come on, Clarissa. If you want to spar me, let me know. But if you want to box me, please come down to my weight class.
So, boxing academic. You consider yourself a boxing academic, right?
That is correct.
So you think that Chris Cyborg has a chance to beat Clarissa Shields in boxing?
So answer me a few questions before I give my answer on that. How big is Chris Cyborg? Like Chris size Cyborg, and weight, height and weight?
She fights at like 145 pounds.
Yeah. Nah, I don't think she can. She's still smaller than Clarissa though. She's much smaller than Clarissa.
She packs a punch.
So yeah, no, I don't think so. No, and Clarissa probably has a higher.
She has fought around 154 pounds though.
No, she sits around like 70. But she's an MMA fighter, so they cut weight like that, bro. She's a shapeshifter.
So Clarissa's height and reach is probably much higher. Her reach is much taller too, right? Much longer.
No, Cyborg is taller. I think by like an inch or two.
Okay.
I might be mistaken, but I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I don't know if I can co-sign that one about Cyborg beating Clarissa, but I think she would probably give her a tougher fight in the undisputed heavyweight championship.
Thank you. Thank you for agreeing on that, at least.
They're around the same height with around the same reach.
Danielle Perkins will whoop her ass.
No, she won't. Agree to disagree. I played the fifth. Next topic.
All right. Since we've like kind of like beaten that particular topic to the bush, that's mainly like what I had on that front. What'll be go ahead and talk about this upcoming card here, February 22nd on Riyadh season. I'm not sure if you want to continue to stay on there with us, Brooklyn. But yeah, we're gonna.
I gotta go cut weight. I love you guys. So brunch. I know you don't like my statement, but you love me, so I'm gonna give you a little heart. James, that's my boy. Dab me up through the screen. Let's go. Yeah. And then academics. Thank you for agreeing with me. Thank you.
Yeah.
Of course. Anytime you need me to disagree with Matt.
Matt, you owe me a freaking sweater.
It's time for the men to talk boxing. That's enough out of you.
Oh my God. Oh.
You just assume my gender on live stream? Wow, you guys.
Oh, this is crazy. I'm a
bitch. All right, I love you guys. Mwah. I'll see you later on Twitter or something.
Yeah,
all right,
I'll hit you up.
Bye. March 1st at Brooklyn Barwick.
Here we go. So y'all be sure to follow her on Instagram, on Twitter, Brooklyn Barwick. Of course, like I said, has her pro debut coming up March 1st over in Mexico there. So it's definitely going to be a lot of activity going on March 1st there, including her pro debut. So we're going to be on the lookout for that. But now, we got to get into it with the upcoming fight card here, February 22nd. Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Of course, you had the big story there in reference to Floyd Schofield Jr. Showing up at Riyadh, and then all of a sudden is not in the bout against Shakur Stevenson. And immediately after that, it looked like a whole little PR cleanup work and that type of thing. And you had, of course, Floyd Schofield Jr. saying that, my son had to go to the hospital or whatever it is and whatnot. And, you talk about someone like rubbed some cream on them or something like that and all this type of thing there. But, one of the other things too was, what was it that the British Boxing Board of Control, like kind of scratched Floyd Schofield Jr. from the bout and all that type of stuff. And I'm like, oh man, what are we doing? Matt,
they knew about the cream.
What's that?
They knew about the cream.
No, that wasn't necessarily what went down. I tried to get confirmation in reference to this, but this is something that was brought up in a conversation the other day with Matt on Twitter Spaces. And one of the things that we kind of theorized in reference to Floyd Schofield Jr. is that, with this being for the WBC lightweight title, that you have to make a certain weight, which is the lightweight limit of 135 pounds. Now, with the title being on the line, they have certain limits there during the time that you're preparing for a fight. You have a 30-day weigh-in, you have a 14-day weigh-in, you have a 7-day weigh-in, and then you have the day before where you actually have to make 135 pounds. But before that, you have to make a certain weight in order for them to properly, go forward with you being part of that fight. Now, from what I was told that, could have been confirmed, I wanted to get confirmation before going on here, was that with Floyd Schofield, he couldn't necessarily get to the weight that was required by that time. And so it was almost like a situation like, for example, what happened in the previous week with Tiger Johnson there versus Quashawn Toller, where Quashawn Toller was scratched because he didn't make the required weight at the time, way before the weigh-in was supposed to take place. Here, this is basically the same thing. So what happened? Oh, they wanted to do a whole little cleanup in order to say, oh, my son got poisoned. They rubbed this on or this and that and put him in the hospital and all that type of stuff. But pretty much like him, not necessarily making weight, but the way that they handled this is way out of pocket, way out of line. And well, he missed out on a big opportunity, not just for fighting for the WBC lightweight title, but, being due about $1 million or so for fighting Shakur Stevenson. Now, they ain't getting that. And we're not sure if they're going to get this opportunity ever again. And this is coming off of not just this, but remember when they had the previous presser or whatever it was, that they didn't make it because of a whole little situation with their passports. And when the representatives of Golden Boy found out about that, they were not happy about that at all. So now you compound that with what happened here this week. Yeah, they don't be surprised if they may end up saying, you know what, we're good on you, Floyd Schofield Jr. Before I go further into it, Matt, you got any more on this particular situation?
Yeah, I listened to Bernstein earlier today, and he said it very well. Just when you think you've seen it all in boxing, they seem to surprise you again. And I just know that this is a complete shit show. The Schofields should be embarrassed. Floyd Schofield Sr. should be embarrassed. Floyd Schofield Jr. should be embarrassed. And honestly, it's early, but I'm done with him. I'm done with him. I'm good.
Yeah. I know you're pretty much off and on with the connection and stuff like that, but talking about this thing there with this happening this week, the whole passport thing, and then on top of that, if y'all remember, Floyd Schofield Jr. was due to face H2O Silva, right, when it was supposed to be part of the original card for Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson on the original date. That was around June or July. But even with Mike Tyson not being part of that card, they still went forward with having a card involving Jake Paul. And H2O Silva was still on that card and was still slated to fight Floyd Schofield Jr. But for some reason, they weren't able to necessarily make that particular date. And that is why you had, H2O Silva, have the replacement opponent that ended up knocking him out in Lucas' body with a two-piece and a biscuit. But still, having that happen, and then this whole ordeal here for this particular fight where you're having a significant step up and you're going to get this opportunity to, fight for career high payday easily, that you weren't necessarily going to, get anytime soon if Golden Boy was actually controlling your path in your career. Now that you have this going on, yeah, they're really upset. Mike Miller, that's one of the representatives there in Golden Boy, was extremely upset, when they had the whole passport ordeal happening. So now you have this where, hey, if they have issues making weight, hey, you have issues making weight, but at least, try to say something before you actually make the trip out there. You know what I mean? So
I have a comment.
All right, go ahead.
Or more so a question that Matt didn't let me get out on his show yesterday. Could it be with this step up that Schofield could just not be ready, and this could be a tactical move in that he may not just be ready for the step up? I don't know. I'm just asking. Could that be it also? It's a real question.
The thing about it is, if he's not ready, then why go against the advisement of the representatives for Golden Boy in the first place? Because the thing about it is you have a situation where it's this is presented to you, right? But that your team is not necessarily saying, hey, go ahead and take this, because you still have this time where you got to be able to develop as a fighter. So, given the path that they were having there for Floyd Schofield Jr. at the time, they weren't necessarily saying like, "Hey, you're ready for something like this. You could go ahead and take this, challenge and go forward with it." No, they were, slowly bringing them along. Like they were saying, like, "Hey, you had the fight that you had for like a WBA minor title back in 2023, but then after that, you're facing like a Haskell Rhodes, you're facing a Ricardo Lopez, and like Esturi Suero. Like those are like minor level fights, in particular with the 135-pound division. You're not even, going a step up, gradually there to kind of like say, hey, maybe you could rate yourself around the top 20, much less the top 15, but not even like the top 20 out there in the lightweight division. So if you're going up against these type of guys here, then you're not necessarily ready. And like I was like I had watched that bout that he had against Esturi Suero back in last March, and that one was like a really rough bout, sloppy bout, and all that type of thing. And then you have him facing Rene Tejas in the next bout, who was who had stopped. I think it was hold on, he stopped Alex Zamagani over in DC last June, and you're going up against him, and you can't necessarily put punches together or be very fluent in what you need to do, and you end up getting knocked down in the 11th round in that bout. And then you're going from that to going in a position to fight a world champion in Shakur Stevenson. Yeah, I don't think that Golden Boy was really like up for him having that particular fight, in the first place. And then on top of that, doing what they did as far as like not making it out to Riyadh in the initial press conference or the initial thing that they were having for that Riyadh season card, and then compound that to having this here where they travel over to Riyadh, and then the day before the grand arrivals or whatever it is, then people say, hey, they're not there at the grand arrival, so then what in the world is going on? And then all of a sudden you get this thing here talking about, they reported that the British Boxing Board of Control has removed Floyd Schofield from the bout against Shakur Stevenson. And folks are like, what in the world is going on here? And then they put this out as far as like PR, trying to get in front of the actual story and that type of thing. Well, yeah, it's more about him most likely not being able to make weight, which, hey, if you're there 23 years old, you're still growing, you're still, trying to do what you need to do in order to keep the weight down. That's one thing. But if you had something like that, particularly if you having issues with that beforehand, I feel like you shouldn't have even taken a fight in the first place. But the way that they've handled this thing is like unprofessional on, multiple fronts there. And, with Floyd Schofield Sr., yeah, I don't think that the representatives of Golden Boy will, necessarily work with him or Floyd Schofield Jr. And I don't see him even like being in position to have another fight in Golden Boy or on a Golden Boy card anytime soon after this. Oh, you're back. All right, still
perfect.
All right.
Yeah, I should be better now. I
Yeah.
had to reconnect again because I was going. Listen, my building is like being in the projects. You can't get no reception. So because I went inside my building, I lost reception. But I heard you talk about the Floyd thing and whether or not Golden Boy want to work with them again. I think that's a very good point. Why would they put him in a major spot where they can't trust him? This was going to be a lot of money for Golden Boy. More money than they ever thought they were going to make on Floyd Schofield so soon. They were basically about to get a return on their investment right away.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like he really screwed a lot of people over. And what's really not funny, but interesting to me is that Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Sr. said, "Oh, my son, he's in the hospital. Pray for us." Oscar De La Hoya said that they only went to the hospital for precautionary measures and they got checked out already. So that whole dog and pony show being in the hospital thing, that was, come on, man. They're making it look good. Good.
I mean,
so this is supporting my argument. Could it just be that he ain't ready, and this could be a tactical move to not lose?
Well, then he shouldn't have took the fight in the first place.
Yeah, that's the thing. You shouldn't have took the fight in the first place. Like, if you're in the hospital there, and like I was saying before, it mainly would be for something in reference to weight cut issues. Okay. Now, I mean, there's no necessarily no real, like, I don't really have a problem with that if it's something with weight cut issues, because I mean, it happens in boxing all the time, or it happens in boxing, a lot. But the way that you handle it is very key in this sense. And my thing is like, okay, if you like, for example, say we're about a couple weeks or a few weeks from the bout taking place, right? One way or another, you may or may not know that you as a fighter, or you as a trainer or chief second or whatever it is that you're around the team, that you're not necessarily gonna be able to get to that 135-pound weight limit, right? And you can't,
at least not safely.
Yeah, at least not safely, right? So with that being said, it's like, okay, if you kind of like have an idea that that's going to happen, then I would rather you say, you know what, let's see if we could, talk with the people there within Golden Boy, and then talk with the representatives out there with Riyadh season and say, hey, we've tried, we've been in the gym, we've been trying to work out, work this thing out as far as like trying to cut the weight to try to get within the limit as far as like where we at as far as like the cutoff dates for the weigh-ins, and it's very tough, very difficult, and we just can't necessarily do that, right?
Yeah, and how did they know they wanted to move it to a catch weight or to 140 just to make sure the fight goes through, or you do the professional thing and give these guys time to find a suitable replacement, so we don't end up with fucking Josh Padley flying in from the UK with 4 days to go.
Yeah, and that was the other thing too, because on Shakur Stevenson's part, he did what he had to do as far as like working in the States. Then he went out to the UK to kind of like get adjusted a little bit before going over to Riyadh. Like, while that was happening, you could have had the same thing as far as like saying, hey, either we have issues making weight, or we'll see if we could try to get over to another spot to try to do, is if we have to do something different in order to cut weight, we could do that. But no, they didn't necessarily handle it like that, because it's like, oh, we see that, hey, maybe we get this opportunity to, as they had a conversation with me weeks ago, that, hey, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity or something like that, but you gotta be able to handle this in a professional manner. And they didn't necessarily do that here. It didn't happen when they were supposed to be over in Riyadh, or maybe in the UK. I think it was in the UK where they had the thing there over in the first place with the whole passport issue. And like I was saying earlier, it was supposed to fight H2O Silva still, even with the initial Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson date in July being pushed back. You still had Jake Paul fighting on that date. So you could have still had that fight between H2O Silva and Floyd Schofield Jr. And what happened? They didn't make it. So
they're just wholly unprofessional. Wholly unprofessional.
So like I said, I won't be surprised one bit if you have Oscar De La Hoya, you have Mike Miller, who's there representing Golden Boy, and your matchmaker out there that says, hey, you know what? Yeah, we're good with you, because we can't really make that much money with you. You're not necessarily a draw. You're not, a ticket seller, that type of thing. We can't put you like in your area to, try to build you up or something like that. So, after all of this, we're good. We're okay. We can afford, some of these antics here and there with someone like a Ryan Garcia, of course, but not with you. No.
Yeah, and not only that, like his father cashed. He wrote a check that he couldn't cash, basically. And now he looks like an idiot. He looks like an idiot.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's Eric Gomez. I keep trying to think of the matchmaker there. It's Eric Gomez there at Golden Boy.
Make a war.
Yeah. So that they're really, really upset about that. So, yep. Well, he's out of the paint there, so that's why you're gonna have, Shakur Stevenson there against Josh Padley. I mean, yeah, they put out what they put out in order to fly him out from the UK to be part of this, and
it's a shit fight. It's a shit fight, and I'm also wondering what he weighs, because listen, man, I'm gonna tell you right now, they all knew, and that includes Shakur, that includes Eddie. They all fucking knew, and no one wants to say it. They all knew. So I don't feel bad for anybody involved. I don't feel bad for Shakur Stevenson. I don't feel bad for anybody. They all knew. Because how is he on weight already? You think this guy walks around in 135 pounds and fights at 135 pounds? I don't think so. I didn't see no fight scheduled for him anytime soon. Why was he so close to weight that they could just call him in just like that, JR?
And here's the thing too, right? Now, when you talk about Shakur Stevenson, him being there with Matchroom Boxing and him having the decision to sign with Matchroom Boxing, not only did they have the thing particularly scheduled where he was supposed to fight Joe Cordina there before the injury, their plan was potentially that he could also face a Mark Chamberlain. Now, Mark Chamberlain is a fighter that was there around 139 pounds or 140 pounds. Now, September last year, Mark Chamberlain had a fight with Josh Padley, and what happened? Mark Chamberlain lost. So, hey, they're saying, "Oh my gosh, we gotta do an audible or something like that." So they had Josh Padley there, in the cut, is in their back pocket or whatever it is, and well, here you go.
Yeah, I just say it's awfully convenient.
Yeah.
Like I'm not here to cast aspersions on anyone's character, but really I am. They were all in on it. Just a classic bait and switch.
Yeah. You can't put anything past Eddie Hearn. You can't put anything past Eddie Hearn, man.
Classic bait and switch.
Oh man,
I would really love to see how much this guy weighs. I gotta see how much he weighs.
Oh yeah. Because I can't. We tried to get in contact with Mr. Triber, but. I listen. I seriously doubt that he's gonna make anywhere near 135 pounds, buddy. Yeah,
we'll see. But I'm telling you, if he is near 135 pounds, the fix was in from the beginning.
Oh my God.
Or they knew a week or so ahead of time. This kid didn't just arrive in Riyadh. He didn't just arrive in Riyadh. And if you look at Ring. Now, they got caught lying again because they said that he was in the hospital Friday. So where's this picture from yesterday going? Like, come on. They're lying. They're lying, man.
This is Ring Magazine now, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ring Magazine. Oh, my God. And I know, to be honest, though, a lot of people weren't necessarily too high on the original fight anyway. So, I mean,
yeah, but we're even less high on Josh fucking Padley.
Oh man!
At least, Schofield is a name that American boxing fans reasonably know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like he's not popular, but the hardcores is going to be watching this card knows him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so at least that was an interesting name, and at least he's a heavy puncher supposedly. You know, but they're full of shit, man. That's all I can say.
That's just bad on all fronts.
Shakur's full of shit. The Schofields are full of shit. The only person that told the truth, maybe, was Oscar De La Hoya, because he wasn't. He said precautionary measures. This motherfucker was acting like that boy was dying. Oh, they tried to kill my son. Oscar said, "Nigga, what? Precautionary measures. That's it. I'm gonna try to kill this nigga."
Oh my God, yo. Oscar's like, the fuck are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Like, come on, what are we doing here? Oh my God. So that whole fight. Yeah, you forget about that fight. You got, of course, coming up there with light heavyweight division, Joshua Buatsi versus Callum Smith is on this card. Zhilei Zhang versus Agit Kabayel on the card. Virgil Ortiz Jr. versus Israel Madrimov. Carlos Adames versus Hamza Shiraz. Daniel Dubois versus Joseph Parker, and headlined by the rematch between Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol. Now, with, of course, brother Matt on here, which heavyweight fight are you looking forward to the most? Let's see which one it would be.
No. Let's start with. Because listen, I'm the main event when it comes to heavyweights. So let's let Mike walk to the ring first.
All right. Boxing Academic. Which fight on this card are you looking forward to the most?
Name them to me. List them out. Man, I've just been driving, man. I've been playing basketball. List them out. I got other stuff to do than remember everybody's name, man. Come on, list them out.
I just said.
Oh, you just said them? Oh, I walked away for a second. I'm sorry. I just walked in the house. I'm sorry. List them out one more time. Matt wasn't listening. List them out. Matt wasn't listening. List them out.
You driving for months? Because this car was announced months ago, Mike.
Come again?
Oh man. Oh.
Matt, you sound like you in the hood again. Come again.
Oh God. Oh my God. All right. I'll go through this fight card once again. Joshua Buatsi versus Callum Smith in the light heavyweight division for the WBO interim light heavyweight title. Zhilei Zhang versus Agit Kabayel in the heavyweight division for the WBC interim heavyweight title. Virgil Ortiz Jr. versus Israel Madrimov in the super welterweight division for the WBC interim super welterweight title. Carlos Adames defends the WBC middleweight title against Hamza Shiraz. Daniel Dubois defends the IBF heavyweight title against Joseph Parker, and Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol have their rematch for the undisputed light heavyweight title.
So which heavyweight match I think I'm looking forward to the most?
That's for starters.
Yes. Hands down, Kabayel and Big Bang Zhang. And the reason why is because we know Kabayel got a certain slickness to him, right? So he should ideally, dare I say it, he could very well win this fight. But, Zhang can take a punch. So it really just stands to see how Zhang can respond to taking all that punishment. And then obviously if Zhang hits him a few times, that could get interesting too. So I think it's gonna be Pain. What's the prediction? Pain. And it's gonna be a lot of Pain, clash of styles. And I think Cabiel should come out on top, provided he can stay away from him, do the little slick movements, and just keep hitting him.
Now they got wait a minute. I thought I saw the thing there for the odds. Now they got Cabiel as the favorite. They're at -165, which lays Zhang at +135. There, pretty close odds out there.
I mean, that sound about right. That sound right. You can't pick a slow snail who take a while to hit you, sort of. But if Cabiel get close to him, then it could be interesting because Zhang, when he's set, he can hit you and he can sort of counter like a cobra, sort of.
Yeah, he can. He sure can. But my thing is more about the level of attrition there for both of those fighters, and a lot of people say like with Zhang, if it's longer than 6 or 7 rounds, that he can only throw like 1 or 2 punches every minute or something there, and against Hagit Cabiel, that could be a real problem there. So I'm looking for Cabiel to try to get it to that particular point in the fight, and then after that, kind of like step it up in the activity and wear down here
and drown him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it'd be not much different than his last bout against Frank Sanchez, who was able to knock down Frank Sanchez a couple times there before getting a knockout victory over Sanchez. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the other fight, I think we might be disappointed in a sense.
Mm.
And I'm gonna say it again so Matt can hear me. The other fight, I think. Who's injured? Oh, Frank Sanchez said he was injured.
Yeah, he had a knee injury there for that fight going into it.
Oh, that he was hobbling. Yeah. So the other fight I think will not be as interesting as it could be because I don't see Joseph Parker engaging with Daniel Dubois. I think Joseph Parker gonna keep it on the outside, and I mean he gonna fight a bull in the matador type of fight, and then Daniel Dubois gonna essentially be chasing him, and Dubois needs you to sort of be still, like literally, for him to feel very confident and throw his hands. And it's gonna be a fight where there will be pockets of action, but what's his name? Joseph Parker gonna make it sort of like a prevent defense type of thing, or a prevent offense type of thing. And yeah, we may not be in for a treat on that one, unless Dubois catches him, which could happen. But yeah,
I feel like Dubois could catch him and eventually stop him. Who actually why I got it as Dubois. What I got like Dubois by TKO or something like that. Yeah, I got that thing where he just eventually wears down Parker. And Parker's I think it's like his punching resistance is going to be put to the test here once again. I mean, he went through it there with Joe Joyce, but outside of that, I think he's going to have a similar thing happen here. I don't think his movement is going to be enough to keep Daniel Dubois, resetting a lot, and that eventually Daniel Dubois will start tagging him and wear him down to eventually get the win and get a stoppage win there over Joseph Parker there to defend that IBF heavyweight title there, and potentially have him in position for a rematch against Alexander Usyk there. You're saying
will Dubois be tired by the time he's able to catch up with Joseph Parker? Will he be tired by then?
Nah. I think his bout against Miller, pretty much said that he could have that ability to be active within rounds 8, 9, and 10. So I think he's gonna still have that ability to throw enough punches and land enough punches on Joseph Parker to wear him down there, and keep up with the movement, or try to cut off what Joseph Parker would attempt to do there with the movement. I think Parker's bouts that he had against Lei Zhang and against Deontay Wilder, against guys that were what is it, about 40, around over 40 or that type of thing, right? So here he's facing a guy that's like much younger, pretty much like the youngest heavyweight contender that's out there right now, or that's a world champion right now. So that the pace is going to be a lot different than what he had against Deontay Wilder or against Lei Zhang.
I hope so. Yeah, I mean, I want Dubois to win because I think Dubois gives us the best route to exciting fights, because with the right style, for example, let's just say Tyson Fury, which probably won't happen. That would be a good fight. I'm not sure if the second fight against Usyk would be that interesting, unless he makes a concerted effort and go to the body. Then it would be very interesting. So I think they're smart enough to understand what they did and know that the route to beating Usyk is going to the body. Don't worry about his head. Just keep hitting him to the body and just stay on the body. Stay on the body. And when his hands start going down, hit him to the head. So I rescind what I said. Yeah. Dubois got to win so he can be the UK hero.
So we potentially get a rematch there between Daniel Dubois and Alexander Usyk. That he definitely takes note of what happened there in the first fight, and works on what he did there from the first fight and carries that over to get a win over Usyk to become an undisputed champion there. See if Matt is able to get back on here or something like that, because I know we wanted to talk about both of these fights here in the heavyweight division. See if he's checking in. If not, then he probably could call in on that the line there. All right, you there?
I'm definitely here.
All right, for sure.
So listen, we know the two heavyweight fights. That's my forte. I do like Caballero in the Jang fight because I think that he's a little bit too quick for Jang, and I think he'll be able to beat Jang to the punch. He's going to have to walk through fire to do it. Well, he'll test his chin. As for Dubois, I think Dubois is going to steamroll Joseph Parker. I don't think Joseph Parker is stupid enough to try to wait on Dubois. But like Mike said, with the pace is going to be different. I think you said that, actually. The pace is going to be different. The pace might be similar to the Joe Joyce fight. With Joe Joyce, Joe Joyce, he might be slow, but he throws a lot of punches. So he was able to constantly keep Parker working until Parker wilted. Mm-hmm. That's why I do find it interesting that Mike said it's going to be like a bull in a china shop. Well, if Joe Joyce was able to catch up to Joseph Parker, how the hell won't Daniel Dubois be able to catch up to him when Daniel Dubois is a lot quicker than Joe Joyce? So I think he'll be fine on that. And I'm actually expecting this fight to be a banger. Parker can win, but only if he nuts up and tries to bang it out with him. Then he'll win. He's not going to win doing that cute boxing stuff, not against Daniel Dubois. So
but I think that's what he's going to do, the cute boxing. And it's going to be more like a Tony Harrison fight where Tony Harrison get tired at the end. I think it's going to be exactly like that. Like early, he going to stay away, pop, 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 stay away, move, pop, pop, pop. And then he get tired and then he get caught up too. But I'm saying, will Dubois be tired by then? Will Dubois be able to turn it up? That's what I'm asking. Sorry for cutting you off, Matt.
I think Dubois is ready for war. He's ready for war. Whatever he got to do to win, that's what he'll do. And I think he's going to go for the stoppage. He's really feeling himself now. You know,
he got his custom music and stuff like that now. You know what I'm saying? So,
Can you recite it for us, Matt?
If I was Dubois for his walkout, so I would come out to that Usher song, "Daddy's Home."
Yeah, I don't know about that.
His song called "I'm Your Daddy." That's his song.
Nah,
because he said that to somebody.
Yeah. That was a Jerome Miller, man. But nah, he'll have something else in the works there for his entrance music there. But that's gonna be a pretty good fight there, nonetheless, for as long as it lasts. Like I said, I mean, I got Daniel Dubois by TKO in the 10th round. At least that's my pick there as far as like prediction. One of the fights that they say is like a toss up here is the bout between Virgil Ortiz Jr. and Israel Madrimov. There, like I said, it's in the super welterweight division. Madrimov is coming off of his fight against Terrence Crawford. He could have had a fight back in December, but if they're gonna have him fighting Virgil Ortiz Jr. in February, then he wasn't gonna have that fight in December against Sergey Bohachuk. Nope, that wasn't gonna happen. And now you got Virgil Ortiz Jr. here, of course, is undefeated, had that close decision win over Sergey Bohachuk, where some people may have thought that Bohachuk may have pulled that one out, but nope, that didn't happen there in the judges' scorecard. So here, this is in the super welterweight division and could have the winner be right there to possibly contend for the WBC super welterweight championship down the line. So like, what are y'all thoughts on it? Like, I had to see what Madrimov does here in this bout, because he had like a lot of movement there against Terrence Crawford, but it wasn't necessarily like that in his previous bout there, where he was at the time the WBA super welterweight champion there, when he stopped Magomed Kurmanov over in the same venue here as he's fighting against Virgil Ortiz Jr. So this one, I feel like it's going to be a very interesting bout.
Then with Terrence Crawford, like, he wasn't leading the action a lot. He was just more covering up, and Terrence Crawford kind of set the pace. Am I correct in remembering it that way?
Yeah, it was kind of like that. For me, I just felt like it was more like a lot of movement that Israel Madrimov was doing for the majority of the fight, kind of like throwing off the timing there for Terrence Crawford. But, Terrence Crawford was one that like threw punches. Like, he didn't see many punches thrown by Israel Madrimov. So that's why you ended up having Terrence Crawford winning like 8 rounds to 4, on that one in one of those scorecards. 2 of them had it 7 rounds to 5, but I pretty much like had it 8 rounds to 4 in favor of Terrence Crawford for that bout.
But what's his name should be faster, right? Ortiz should be faster, right?
Yeah, he should be. He should be faster. I think his jab is going to be the key factor here in this bout, that as long as he has that to be consistent and, is able to still, catch Madrimov, while he's trying to move in and out of the pocket, then he'll be able to wear down Madrimov in the later rounds.
Yeah, I just hope he don't cover up and just like not necessarily get overwhelmed, but get left behind. Like, I hope he at least is like countering when he does cover up, or just doing things to make what's his name at least think about the arsenal that he's throwing at him.
Yeah. And the thing is too, like, I mean, with Madrimov, what he said, he had the 2 bouts with Michel Soro back in 2021 and 2022. We got a stoppage in the first one, but ended up getting, the thing there with a technical draw, because the whole thing with Soro getting cut too. So, he's, had the thing there as far as like, of course, having an amateur career, being from Uzbekistan, and, that type of background that they have there. But he's there at like 30 years old there in the super welterweight division, in comparison to, a Virgil Ortiz Jr. who's, there campaigning at 26. Now, the thing with Virgil Ortiz Jr. is like, he's had the whole thing with the issues as far as weight, particularly there at 147 pounds. And now we got to see what's up with here at 154. Like, he's had, a couple of bouts here at 154 at this particular point. But only the one bout against Sergey Bohachuk was, there at that limit of 154 pounds. The other 2 bouts that he had were, they had like about a 2-pound, leeway for those bouts against Thomas Delorme and Frederick Lawson. So we'll see here going into, Friday, how he looks trying to get to that 154-pound limit. Matt, you got any take on this fight?
Yeah. I think Virgil's going to steamroll him and beat the hell out of him and get out of that. Listen, Israel Magomedov is not good. He's just not good. You let a 147-pounder come up there and take your belt, and you wasn't even really that competitive. He's not that good. He threw like 275 punches in that fight. Come on, dog. Like, you're the champion. Don't you want to keep your fucking belt? I don't get it. You should want to keep your belt. And I see you in there, Brooklyn. I see you in there. We'll talk later. But anyway, I gotta say, Virgil Ortiz, he got dropped against Bohachuk, but Bohachuk is a heavy hitter. Bohachuk has an almost perfect knockout ratio. So yeah, he got dropped. That's fine. But a lot of people got dropped by Sergey Bohachuk. But what he was able to do was get up and come back and win the fight. Has Israel Magomedov showed that kind of heart? No, he hasn't. And Virgil Ortiz is gonna make he's gonna make you find out about yourself. So Israel Magomedov is gonna find out a lot about himself in this fight, and I suspect that he's not gonna be as good as people think he is.
You'll probably find out early.
Especially if he's just a punching bag, that shit don't bode well for you.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good if he ends up being a punching bag over the course of this bout through 12 rounds or however long it's going to last here in the super welterweight division. Like I said, I mean, they got these guys pretty much like highly ranked in super welterweight there. So the winner would kind of like put themselves in position to, maybe fight, I don't know, maybe for a world title later on down the line or something like that. So, we'll see, because, we got this situation there with the WBA belt with Terrence Crawford, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So you had that bout. You got, Adames versus Shiraz in the middleweight division there, WBC belt. Adames, hey, at least Adames made it out there to Riyadh. They said that he had some passport issues or something there, whatever it is. But, he's there, going up against Hamza Shiraz, and it almost seems like they really like set this up for Hamza Shiraz to go ahead and get a belt there in the middleweight division there. So that's why they, kind of like hit up Carlos Adames, because if I'm not mistaken, Hamza Shiraz would have been in line to fight as a WBO mandatory, if I'm not mistaken, or if he was like the top rated fighter or top ranked.
He was the WBO mandatory. They called the mandatory. He pretended like he wanted to fight and then pulled out of the first bid.
What a shame. What a shame. What a shame. So they said they lined him up for, this bout. So he could, fight for the WBC middleweight title. But if he goes ahead and gets this win and stays undefeated, becomes 22-0, then what else is he gonna do? I mean, it's not like the middleweight division is, has a good number of fighters and contenders out there. It's like probably one of the most barren divisions out there in boxing, So one way or another, either he's gonna have to face Zanabek, or he may wait until Zanabek is not able to make 160 anymore and goes up to the super middleweight, which, some people think that might be the case after Zanabek's fight against Ngama Singu or whatever that last name is. So that's gonna be like I said, one of those bouts there. I'm not sure, like, I don't know why they have that. Well, it's Hamza Shiraz, so that's probably why they have that, scheduled to be after Virgil Ortiz versus Israel Madrimov. And then you have that Joshua Buatsi versus Callum Smith bout there in the light heavyweight division as well. Callum Smith, he was there, super middleweight, had like a belt there of sorts of super middleweight, and got beat by Canelo Alvarez, and after that moves up to light heavyweight and had him that bout there against Baturbiev, and ended up getting broken down by Baturbiev, and now here he is against Buatsi, and this is like his opportunity to try to get back in the mix there at light heavyweight. But I'm not buying that he will get past Buatsi. I think Boatsy will be able to get the win here in this one. I think it's where Callum Smith is a little bit too like I don't think he's going to be able to keep with the I guess quote unquote youth, so to speak, there from Boatsy, or the activity from Boatsy there over the course of the fight. So that's why I'm leaning towards Boatsy there for the win on that. But one of the you guys
don't nobody give a shit about that.
Exactly. See, that's why I wanted to go through that there real quick. All right, so now we got the main event, of course. Rematch: Artur Beterbiev versus Dmitry Bivol for the undisputed light heavyweight titles. There, of course, Beterbiev won by decision to hand Dmitry Bivol his first loss back in October of last year in this same arena, Kingdom Arena, right? Or basically, it was majority decision there. So you had one judge had it 8 rounds to 4, and another judge had it 7 rounds to 5 in favor of Artur Beterbiev. Now, in that first bout, it looked like Dmitry Bivol tried to send a message early to see if he could, go ahead and scrap with Artur Beterbiev and land a couple power shots to see what he would get. But then by the end of like the first round or the second round, you've seen Beterbiev just respond and go right back at him. So that like kind of forced Dmitry Bivol to, try to, do the preventive route, stick and move, have, a high guard, move off to the side, move over to, his left or Beterbiev's right, and, try to score points over the course of the middle rounds. And then you had the moment there was around the 9th round where it looked like Bivol had stunned Artur Beterbiev, and then when he tried to go for it, Beterbiev responded and landed with a power shot of his own, and like boom, and Bivol said, let me go back to boxing. And then he ended up just getting worn down and getting very tired there in those last few rounds. And I felt like that was the point where Beterbiev was able to get those last few rounds and end up winning that fight. Now here in this rematch, of course, going with what Iceman John Scully had told me some time back, not long after the first fight, he said that Dmitry Bivol fought the best that he could fight against Beterbiev back in October. And I agree with him. I don't think that there's much that Bivol could do here in this rematch that would be any different than what he did in the first fight. And I don't think it's going to be enough. But not just that. I think Beterbiev is just going to be like, this isn't going to be enough for stopping me from doing what I'm going to do. And I'm going to eventually break you down. And this time, I'm not going to have you moving around as much as you were moving around. I'm going to make you pay for trying to move out of the pocket. And I'm going to go to the body more. And then once you get tired earlier in the bout, that's when I'm going to take over. And that's when I'm going to drown you. So I got Artur Beterbiev by stoppage late in this one. What I said. I got Beterbiev stoppage 9th round. So that's what I got. Want to hear from Box Academic here first on this main event. What you got?
Yeah, so I went back and looked at my scorecard from the fight, and I always put who I think win the round, and I put a little small description of what I thought was the most effective thing to make them win the round or the most memorable thing. Mm-hmm. And so, based upon me reading this, I would probably have to agree with you that Bivol fought the best fight. If he was going to fight a fight, he fought the best fight that he could fight. And the odds of him recreating that with Beterbiev making an adjustment are probably very low. And so, if I recall correctly, the thing that brought him success was, controlling the space and then throwing shots, hard shots, fast shots, and walking Beterbiev into those shots. And then moving, making Beterbiev walk to him, reset, and then throwing them same shots or throwing the different shots. But, hitting him with clean, hard shots, fast shots, And so at some point he got tired, and in round 7, this is what I wrote. Better BF was winning round, then hurt. Bivol was winning round, then he hurt Better BF. Then he got greedy, meaning that he threw too many shots, then got hurt. And he spent all the round retreating and recovering from the Better BF shot. The thing is, Better BF can hit him one time, and that changes the whole outlook of the fight, because Better BF now knows what comes at him. He ain't got to worry about it, and he can hurt him at any point. So the thing is, Bivol got to hit him with 3 shots at the most and then get out of there. 3 hard shots at the most and then get out of there, and just keep doing that. And, you know, that'll be his recipe to win. Just don't get greedy. And you can't get hit. You got to be perfect. You got to be even more perfect than you were last fight. And just don't throw more than 3 shots. Do not get greedy. Throw them 3 shots. Move, walk him into them shots. See, the thing is, I want to say this, but I don't know if it will bowl. It's a double-edged sword, what I'm about to say. If he threw body shots, that would also favor him, but it could very well hurt him too. Because throwing the body shots now puts him in the line of fire for his head to get concussed. But if he put the money in the bank, then he would have to worry less about Better BF walking him down in the later rounds when he does get tired. So if he does throw body shots, he got to learn from like the black style of how they throw the body shots. Like the stepping sort of stab body jab sort of thing. Like he got to throw the shots where he do the 1-2 and then maybe end with a body shot, then get out of there. Oh, he needs to look at that Andre Ward 2 fight, Andre Ward Kovalev 2 fight. And so, you know, he throws shots, but then he always got to finish with the body shot, then put his hands back up and get out of there. And I think if he did that, that's how he would win. But I'm 90% sure he won't do that. So yeah, Better BF is probably gonna win the fight.
Or like if he could do like a double jab, because you have Better BF that have like a short, pretty much like a short compact stance. But with Bivol, he could like power the jab, but like power the jab upstairs and then just do a stab jab to the body. As far as like if he has the proper distance to do it, that he could do a paw and jab and then boom right to the body and then move, bam, and then boom, you know what I mean, and then just continue to do that until more things open up for him later in the fight. Maybe he could do something like that, but like I said, I mean, I'm not sure if he wants to, as you say, take that risk to have himself vulnerable or open to maybe an overhand right counter.
So he could do it, but it has to be a part of his combination, and he got to throw it fast with the intent to put his hands back up and move. He cannot be in the same spot that he let the punch go. He always either got to get his hands back up and move off the line. He got to do something. So it has to be in conjunction with his combination, and then he just got to always get out of that spot. Because otherwise, you're right, it's going to be an overhand, it's going to be a hook, it's going to be something that's coming for that spot that he's in.
Yeah. And I think, it's going to be at the back of his mind if Beterbiev like counters early, that, if he's trying to, go there and try to attempt to go to the body, that he's going to be, more hesitant to do that if Beterbiev is able to time that early and be able to counter it. You know what I mean? Brother Matt, like what you got on this fight coming up?
So I've been thinking a lot about this fight. The first fight I thought Better BF won. So the judges had it right. I think this fight is gonna be even worse for Bivol. Let's not forget that Beterbiev was coming off major knee surgery in that first fight. So I think him being further removed from that meniscus surgery, he should be healthier than the first fight, and I think he's actually going to move better in this second fight. So I'm thinking Beterbiev gets started earlier, and he's going to get him out of there earlier. I would say in the middle rounds.
Yeah. You're talking about the when the original scheduled bout for the first bout was for June 1st. But a couple weeks earlier, that's when he had the thing with Beterbiev be, out for that particular scheduled bout because of his meniscus injury. And just going into the new date of October, I was unsure about Beterbiev's condition until, we got out there for the workouts. And then when he was just doing his regular routine of, doing push-ups and, all the regular workouts that he does there, while getting prepared for a bout, I'm like, like this might not be good here for Dimitri Bivol. And, with Beterbiev, he was also known for, of course, having multiple injuries, for a number of years. So you only had like one fight a year for a number of years. Now you're getting him at a good turnaround, or, not that much of a break in between fights. That might be a bad thing there for Dimitri Bivol, especially if Dimitri Bivol does not have something there that could force Beterbiev to respect him in a sense when it comes to power punches. So, yeah, I'm thinking unless if he has that particular strategy that we're talking about, as far as like him, doing a stab jab to the body and doing, like I was saying, double jabs to kind of stop the movement or stop the momentum or pause the momentum of Beterbiev, then yeah, Bivol's going to be in some trouble.
Well, the thing is, though, I felt Bivol before he got hurt, the momentum was all his. Like, it was a completely different fight the second he got hurt. But before that, he was finishing the combos, he was starting the combos, and he was finishing the combos. And he was literally landing clean shots, which eventually hurt Beterbiev. But he just got greedy. So I think his plan wasn't wrong. He just gotta be responsible. He gotta keep hitting him, because the only way he gonna crack the armor is he gotta like the hammer gotta go down on the armor, and you gotta, hit him with these. Say what?
You said you gotta keep chipping.
You gotta keep chipping. And he was chipping and it worked. He just got greedy and he got hurt. So I think that he gonna have a similar approach, because he gotta chip away. But while he's chipping, it would be nice if he chipped at the body. But them clean 2-3 shots at the head, that's his recipe, and he could very well hurt Beterbiev again.
Yeah, he could. But then what will he do there in that instance if he does get Beterbiev hurt there? If he's gonna try to take his time, or if he's gonna try to go for it once again, and it could end up being a mistake for him on that front. Now, with this being for the undisputed light heavyweight title, of course, we have one particular fighter that was stated to be going to be there like front and center, and that is David Benavidez. And with Benavidez, they're of course having his win over David Morrell Jr. In that bout on February 1st. It looks like he may be next in line there for the winner of this particular bout, if, at least for me, if it's going to be Beterbiev, because it was like signs like saying like if Bivol won this fight, that they're going to have a third fight between the two. So, for me, that's why I'm picking Beterbiev, and I want it to be, emphatic, so we don't get a third fight between these two, and we could have Beterbiev versus Benavidez there next. And if they had that fight, that would be like, oh man, it would be fireworks without question. The only thing is, they might have it over there in Riyadh, and I'm like, come on, man, can we have like at least a fight like this here in the States? Like, you could put it in LA, you could put it in Vegas, I don't care. But a fight like that, you want to have it over here in the US, man. That's what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? But that's my assessment of the review there, so to speak, of the fight card. It's gonna be lasting like forever and ever and ever, because the first bout is scheduled for 11:40 a.m. Eastern time, and the main event is scheduled for 6 p.m. Eastern time. So that's what you get with these Riyadh season cards. It's going to be at least 6 hours it's going to last at least 6 hours there. So y'all be prepared for a marathon if you are looking to tune in from like that first bout until the last bout. So that's what you got there. And that mainly is what I have here for the midweek report. For 2 hours through here for this particular version of the midweek report. We will be back at it here for the Boxing Source podcast coming up in. We're preparing for March 1st, of course, over in Brooklyn. Is you're going to have Tank Davis versus Lamont Rhodes Jr. headlining that bout at the Barclays Center. Actually, we have scheduled tomorrow here. We're going to have the media workout with Lamont Rhodes Jr. That's going to be scheduled for tomorrow. So I will be there in attendance for that. I'm going to see if I'm going to be there live. I don't know about that because, given where it's going to be at, I don't think the reception is going to be all too hot. So I'll probably just, see if I could get a couple of interviews in and, like I said, take a few pictures here and there and stuff like that. Y'all just follow the social media pages there. Of course, you got what we got here for X and for Instagram, also available on Facebook too. So y'all be sure to check that out. But that is what we got here for the midweek report. Shout out to Matt of Brunch Boxing. Shout out to the Box Academic, and shout out to our special guest that we had here earlier, Brooklyn Barwick. Of course, she has her pro debut coming up on March 1st over in Mexico. So we'll take note of that as far as like getting updates on. There's a way that we could view that when she does have her pro debut. But with that being said, that is it for me here at the Boxing Source, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace out.